All right, Mikey, we're back for another episode, another check-in here. You know, we're getting you guys more of these, as many as we can throughout the season. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing all right. Good. Really happy. And just excited to be back on the Ethernet,
Yes.
the web pages. We got some games to recap and a guest.
Yes. We are delivering.
We'll
Coach Kirwan from Virginia will be joining us tonight, dropping some knowledge and catching us up with what's going on with Virginia before they take on Syracuse. So excited to have him.
I appreciate that you said tonight, because I'm not sure if it's going to be tonight or tomorrow morning. So wherever you are, whether you're in Thailand, New Zealand, Iceland, California, or the friendly confines of New England or New York, whatever time of day it is, welcome. Sorry, John,
had to put that in there. Don't want to exclude anybody that's not tonight.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Well, why don't we jump around the country?
Yes.
Check out how some of our buddies are doing from this past weekend. We like to bump our pals. So, if I'm looking at this the scoreboard here, Coach Byrne, Crimson, Coach Byrne, Summit guest, they got their first win. Obviously, first time playing in a long time. Good for them.
Yep.
Probably good juice out of those guys to be back.
Yep.
Our boy Jimmy.
They gotta be. Ivy Leagues, they're back.
That's what we were talking about all the games this weekend in the Ivy League. Those guys that you knew they were going to come out with a little extra juice. I think the league performed pretty well across the board. I'm sure those guys were coaches and players were beyond excited to just have an opportunity to compete.
Right. Long time coming. It's almost like surreal. Like I felt like it was surreal when it was like for real and we're wearing masks and we're in our locker room, blah, blah, blah. But like those guys must be like, whoa, like I can't imagine the emotional roller coaster they felt, after that game, just the exhaustion.
I'm sure there was, I'm sure they were anxious just to get out there. I know I watched some of the Yale Villanova game on Saturday. We were practicing, we played Sunday. And Yale came out and scored like 6 or 7 in the first quarter. Like they were just holding on to goals.
Exactly.
I couldn't wait to get back out there. So,
I got some dudes.
Yeah, they're still good, which was good to see.
Talking.
Our boy Jimmy Ryan, another big dub for Rutgers. I think they entered the top 5 now.
Big. I'll tell you what, Coach A, another back it up guy. Hate to see it, but love to see it. It's just two back it up gents competing. And what a great game, right? 13-10, something like that.
13-10 final,
Yeah.
Great game.
Awesome.
Happy for teams that you'll get to see Army, obviously, but 2 teams that I'm sure will be in a discussion down the road at the end of the year.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the, I don't love all the write-ups and this and that, but somebody's got Army in the Final Four. Just saying, I can't remember who it was, but one of those, IL guys has it. So,
sure.
All good. Who else? What else?
Our Coach Madelon, Princeton, also long layoff, got a W, which is nice to see. I mean, over the MAC, which I don't like to see personally, but happy for Coach Mads.
Right. I like Hobart beating Lehigh. I hate to see the league lose, but so good for the lacrosse community.
I mean, even for you guys, if you want to talk about wins in your league, how about Colgate over Air Force? That's a great win for you guys.
Yeah,
your league,
that is a great one. Coach Mitzbauer says they're really tough from their game when they played them. Says Colgate's tough. So
yeah, they're doing a good job there. Obviously you guys get to see them personally too. So Hopkins, Coach Milliman again, tight win, Battle of Baltimore with them and Loyola.
Right.
The Greyhounds. A little bit of that one. It was a great game.
Yep. Well, and Mads is playing right now. Actually, we got a couple games in the flesh playing Monmouth Binghamton.
Binghamton right now.
Playing Binghamton right now. Duke just beat Delaware and in a tight 19-14 game. But keep going. What any other ones?
We have Brown with a win in their debut too. Coach Svek. Always happy to see that.
That's right. I should pay closer notice to our Instagram because I guess when I looked at it this morning, we had all these different things up. And Coach
been just ripping, just resharing all the friends of the program stuff.
Wow. See, that's what makes you elite, and Corey, because I'm worthless.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, it's nice. You always build me up. Well, it's exciting one. I think again, coming up this week, we got some big. I mean, we got Mets Bauer, Coach Speck on Wednesday, which should be a fun contest. A 1:00 tilt on a Wednesday, though. Some guys are gonna be missing class for that, so just need to, student athlete gentlemen, okay. And Army Siena is also on Wednesday, and then I think we got a great host of games. The Battle of upstate New York in the Finger Lakes with Colgate Hobart on Friday, as well as St. John's Stony Brook, a little Queens versus Long Island action.
They're doing the Long Island Classic, so it's a tournament. It's Hofstra LIU, right. And then St. John's Stony Brook. Winners play winners, losers play losers.
I struggle with the Sharks, but I guess it makes sense because they're in the Sound, right? Aren't they? They're swimming around out there. Or,
yeah.
The Long Island Sharks.
I mean, you don't want to just put your fins up?
Coach Wolf is a friend of mine. No, you're right. That is, oh man.
I mean, you want to talk about electric? Look at their jerseys and then throw your fins up.
That is electric. That's like when Ole Miss, when they'd make a sack. I can't remember a couple of years ago, they were doing that. God, that dude was so good. What defensive end is that? Good talk, Mike. And then, I think a couple that really, tickle you a little bit. Brown, Vermont. I'm really excited to see that. Vermont coming off a big win against Penn State. Yep. And obviously, two teams that I think are contrasting styles. I think UVM wants to kind of play 6-on-6. I think Brown wants to run up and down, but I could be wrong. But just from our scrimmage in the fall, that was kind of the feel I got with them. And then Duke Penn,
Long Island.
Classic Coach Danowski, just recruiting the island. Yep. When he sleeps, that guy, what a gent. And then Loyola Rutgers, I'm interested to see if Coach Jimmy Ryan, I'm excited. He's going against a couple of our in-league rivals here, so hopefully he can give me some good juice down the road when I need some help in league. And then one more that I think is really exciting. Well, I guess there's a couple. Notre Dame, Georgetown, and Maryland, Princeton. Yep. I think are some really big heavy hitters. But let's not forget about Jacksonville's run and get to play Denver. Yep. I think Coach Galloway is all over the Ethernet and the Twitter sphere. So I'm excited to see Coach Tierney, Coach Galloway go head to head here. I'm not sure if it's in Denver or if it's in sunny Florida, but regardless, should be a good tilt.
I think it's be a good tilt. I think it's in Denver, but yeah, I think I agree with the shout out. Jacksonville. I mean, they got to see Duke 2 days after us, and they took them down, which was awesome. So, good for those guys. They're doing a great job there.
Yeah, they are. Coach Grinelli, shout out. Might need to get him on because he's a friend of my life. So maybe he can become a friend of the program. Grinelli, we'll have to remind. No, we won't even do it. I was going to talk some 3-on-3 hoops, John, but I won't even go there. Well, Tyler won't be too happy about it.
It'd be good if we can get through one episode without it.
Yeah, shocking. You're right. Good point. But what we're also extremely excited about, one of the first ACC contests coming up, and which leads into, our guest of this week, Virginia, home against the Fighting Cuse, Pat March, Petro, Coach Gate at Virginia. So I think it's time let's just get him on. Let's dial him up. Let's get into this.
Let's throw it to Coach Kirwan. All right. Well, we're joined by Coach Kirwan, friend of the program, bordering on back it up legend here with his appearances. Yeah. Coach Kirwan, how's it going down south?
We're doing well, battling the elements a little bit today. It's a little rainy down here, but like 50s, high 50s, low 60s. So no real complaints. God forbid. It's not the worst thing when you got weather like this. But yeah, we're just in it, in kind of the thick of it all. Got our first ACC test this weekend against Syracuse, and just going through the week to week like you two are.
Are you guys going up there, or are they coming down to you?
They're coming to us, so
nice.
Which will be great. We're excited. Weather should be cooperating enough, so it'll be like mid 40s, and so it'll be good. It'll be a nice test for us.
Is the grass ready?
What's that?
Is the grass ready in Charlottesville?
Oh, the grass is ready. The Klockner styled up. We're ready to go there, and so we're excited. It's always great to have that first ACC test as that kind of parameter of where you are in the season.
Now, you guys have been home for Air Force, High Point, and then
we just had our first road game at Towson this past weekend.
Okay.
Got it.
I feel like Baltimore, not a bad place for you guys to get to with the recruiting stuff, right?
Yeah, it's really not a bad drive. It's like 3-hour drive, go the night before, do the whole, the first road trip's always great. Just getting that camaraderie with the guys and staying in a hotel. So it's always nice to get that first one under your belt too.
I have a pressing question. You guys go on the road. What hotel are we looking at here? Like what type of hotel chain are you guys staying in?
We just recently stayed at Embassy Suites, which is
nice.
Really nice, very nice.
Yeah. You guys sharing rooms? You and Coach Kip in the same room? Or?
Yeah, Coach Turner and I are roommates through and through. So we kind of vary where we go. I'd be wrong if I didn't say, DoubleTree is usually up there as a favorite. Just due
free
to the
cookies.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Embassy Suites is nice, a lot of room. So yeah, it's nice. I love road trips. They're a ton of fun, just spending time with the guys and just hanging out.
Talk to us about your week and how you prep for Towson, or break down your week to get ready for Syracuse, whoever your opponent is. Talk to us.
Yeah, so in a normal week for us, so Saturday game, we actually, if we play a game on Saturday, we'll get together on Sunday with our team, and then we give them off Monday. So our Sunday is an opportunity for them to get a pretty heavy lift, about an hour lift in, and really put some weight up there and not just maintain, really try to, one of our goals is try to get even a little bit stronger as the year goes along. And Sundays are such a huge component of that. So we're an hour in the weight room. And then we spend a good hour watching film. We'll start as a team, kind of breaking down the team positives, negatives from the last game. And then we'll split up offense, defense, specialties, and kind of dive in a little bit deeper just with the game we just played. We love it. It's a chance just to put it away, get done with it, and then move on. And then really what I love about it is that it frees up Monday to really, as a staff, just dive into the next opponent. You don't have that game still hanging over your head, feeling like you're doing two things at once. You really get that fresh slate to really dive into your opponent, which this week is Syracuse. And the next time we see our guys is Tuesday morning. We actually meet them. We rent out some classrooms in the Harder grounds here and meet them and do film there in the morning. And then we all meet back up in the afternoon for practice and a lift on Tuesday. So it's nice. It's they get that full off day, but it's, in some ways it's an active off day. I like to call it. They're not sleeping until 3 and, barely getting out of bed. They're up, they're going to class, they're getting treatments, they're moving. So there's some benefit there. And then, for us, when we see them again on Tuesday, it's all about our next game, our next opponent. We really do little revisiting of what just happened that weekend. From there, Tuesday, Wednesday typically are our two harder practices. And then as the week goes along, Thursdays typically are our easiest day. And we try to crank it back up on Friday, even though it's short on the field. We try to go at a fast pace and bang around a little bit so that we're kind of ramping it up for game day on Saturday.
Is he frozen for you, John? There you go.
You guys were frozen for a bit. I'm back.
Right,
yeah, you're back. You look good.
All right, we're gonna move through this. So
all that out. I was complimenting your guys' teamwork on helping him remember his question, and I got froze out.
This will be on the outtake reel at the end of season 2 of Back It Up. So Friday's practice is like pregame practice, the same sort of like bullet points every week. Do you guys change up what drills you're doing, or is it like we're hitting full team stick work, then we're doing 6-on-6 offense, 6-on-6 defense, ground ball drill? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, it's the same pretty much every week. It's a feel good practice. It's a high energy practice. So we want to do the drills that we feel like sets ourselves up for success in those areas. So it's, as you can imagine, it's, ground ball, stick work, shooting, position specific work, a little bit of transition up and down, very little bit of, 6v6, man up, man down, just final touches, moving that ball around. And then, just a finisher, an odd man, half field finisher that we'll finish with, just to make sure the guys are loose and having fun and bringing that energy.
Awesome.
We do the same thing. It's like rinse, lather, repeat.
Yeah.
It's weird because like I still feel like I need a practice plan, even though I've seen it for the last
100%.
7 years. It's the same thing, but you know, I still, if I don't have that practice plan, I'm like, well, what's next? And
yeah,
by this point, I know, yeah.
I feel like sometimes we do the same thing. It's like you go into that Friday practice being like, we got to make this plan so that we don't freak out as coaches, like make it foolproof so that we can feel as good as possible going into the game.
Yeah, it's probably true. It's more so for us.
Totally. Well, you got anything else, Sean? I mean, I'm just happy to have him here. Gosh, man, it's been a while, Sean, since we did Back It Up 3. Man. You got any steals and deals for us from our original episode? You got anything good?
You know, I thought of like right before I hopped on the Zoom, I was like, I probably should have a play to show them that I'm stolen. But I don't. I'm unprepared. It literally hit me right as I was logging on. I was like, missed opportunity.
No, that's all right,
but
Coach.
you know, we'll save one for the next time.
All good. We just
how are you guys doing? How's everything going with you guys?
We're good. We're excited. We had a good win. We were in a snow squall. You know, it was
that was crazy.
Crazy. Couldn't see, like I couldn't see my kids on the far side. They were like blurbs. It was wild. But we scored a goal in it, and they scored a goal in it too.
Yeah, how do people know like when the ball goes in? Like, do they have to like convince the ref that the ball went in?
Well, I think because they were like, so we were on the far side, so it was third quarter. So the kids were on the far side, so I could just see blurbs. It was literally actually. So my fiance's in the stands, and I got her into Game of Thrones. We did this a while ago, and she literally was like, the Night King showed up. It like literally, it was like you could see it come over the highway. We have a cool stadium where you could just see it like engulf everything, and then it was like whack, instantly. And they scored a goal from like 17. Marco O'Rourke buried one, and I'm not, our kid Garber's had a good year, but I'm not sure he saw it for multiple reasons. But then we moved to orange balls. And thankfully, we won that face-off and went down because I actually looked at my 18 and I was like, hey, can you stop this? Like, this is crazy, But Coach P was like, Coach is a lot tougher than I am. So we and Coach Pressler wanted to roll too. So we just played right through it. And it literally lasted maybe 4 minutes. And then it was like a dusting and then it stopped. But like we literally covered the entire field, had to shovel lines. But both teams got a goal in it. And then I was playing on a snowy field. Yeah, it was cool. It was a fun experience, and our guys loved it. Like they went nuts. They were screaming.
I mean, it's something that you guys will never forget, right? Like what a cool experience.
Yeah, it was cool. So we're riding good, but we're staying humble. We got the Fighting Minutemen coming in who are tough, and Coach Canelo does a great job, and they're definitely a top 20 type team. So we're excited to strap it on tight again Saturday. So the Battle of Massachusetts.
Is this the last weekend of do you guys going to Patriot League play after this weekend?
We're at Colgate and we go to God's country next weekend. So
have to. There's like 18 teams in that league. They got to start early.
Yeah. That's right. Exactly. Yeah. You got 7 contests, 8 contests. I don't even know. I don't count well, the Ithaca in me. So all good. What about you, John? How you guys feeling?
We're doing all right. I mean, we just played Navy. We were just talking about the Patriot League slate because they played Friday, Sunday with us and Hofstra. Right. So, we played a tough game. We lost 9-6 with an empty netter at the end to kind of put it out of reach. But, I was really proud of our kids. We played 3 games in 8 days against Duke and 2 military academies. So, and it was encouraging that our best performance was probably our third performance. So I think our guys – one thing we're learning about our group, I think early in the year, you learn a lot about your team. Our group, they like an occasion. They like something that they feel like they're playing for something. So, that's, I think, a little bit of a new thing here in the last, 2-3 years as we've gotten more competitive. I think our guys, the bigger they perceive the stakes are, the more excited they are to play. And I think that was Sunday at Hofstra. They were really excited for an opportunity to play on Long Island at a cool venue. Hofstra was a great spot, grew up playing there and play against a team that, was really good. Mikey, I know you'll see them in a couple of weeks. They've got some absolute studs on their team, which is shocking. I know Navy has great athletes. So, I think it was a cool experience. Obviously want to learn some lessons, and the goal is be better for it in the long run. We got to be on the right side of some of these closer games. And we kind of have an interesting stretch coming up. We were just talking about it. We're on the local express here with Wagner, St. John's, and Hofstra back. So cool opportunity against some teams that we see a lot geographically in the recruiting process.
Yeah, big.
So
How many of those are home? Gaelic Park?
We are inviting the Wagner Seahawks to the friendly confines of Gaelic Park. And then we're taking our show on the road to St. John's, which I've actually never been there. I live 10 minutes from their campus. I've never been there before. And then we're playing at Hofstra again, so we'll be comfortable with that. It'll be our second time playing there in 4 weeks.
Oh, that's cool.
So, I mean, I'm from Long Island, so any chance to play on the island is good to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Electricity. So, well, Coach, what's kind of before we let you go, what's your favorite venue and place to travel to with the guys? Like, Coach O'Daniel was saying, something to look forward to when you're kind of on the road outside of the ACC being a lot of fun. What's your favorite venue?
We actually have a cool experience coming up. It just got announced today, so I can talk about it. We're actually going to play Maryland at Audi Field in DC, which I think is going to be just awesome. Wow. What a cool environment. What a cool location, kind of right between the two schools. Right. A lot of alums, both, from both schools being able to attend that. So we're fired up about that. That's going to be just an unbelievable environment.
So we heard it first. Back it up. We just
breaking
before
news.
Ty Xanders, the whole thing. I'm not sure why Matt Moore isn't on the sideline. I read that. I started laughing. But so Ty, we're ahead of you on this, kid. Wow, let's go. Big game. Terms.
Yeah, just kind of announced today. So we're pumped about that. That'll be obviously a great opponent and a fun venue from a rematch of what was an unbelievable game. In the finals there. And then, outside of that, I mean, Klockner is so sweet. Like, we're so spoiled to be able to play all of our home games there. But I mean, what North Carolina's done with their new stadium, that place is gorgeous. So we get pretty lucky that we can play at some really cool lacrosse specific venues that are grass and, warm weather. And so it just creates a very cool environment, especially as the weather starts to turn here.
Awesome.
And then, obviously we get to play in the Dome every other year. We're playing back-to-back years. Actually, we're playing them twice, so that's also an experience to go in there and play a game there. So yeah, we're lucky. We get to play in some really cool venues. I mean, Tiger Stadium just this past weekend, very underrated, I think, a venue to play in. It creates a very cool atmosphere. So yeah, it's fun. We're fun going all across these places, the history at some of these places, especially in our own backyard. You try not to take it for granted. One of my favorite things is, we practice, one time a year, preseason. We'll get a couple times maybe here or there to go out there, but just to be with the first years, their first time being up there, even for practice, and just seeing their eyes just kind of get so wide and kind of reminds them why they came here to play. And there's definitely an aura about that place. And so creates a really cool feel. Like, I always love just like walking up there for practice with those guys, because, once they hit it, it's kind of hits home of, finally being up there, because we don't practice up there. We are rarely up there. We practice down on turf.
Interesting. That is cool.
You guys froze again.
Oh, we have you. But
yeah. Coach Kirwan, we'll let you go. I know we got a hard stop.
That's awesome.
So this was exactly what we were hoping to get out of you.
That's it.
Cool.
That's it. And we weren't lying to people. So we got someone on. It's not just our ugly faces. So we'll keep them coming here. Back it up, nation.
Anytime. I will be prepared. I will be prepared for a play next time. Promise you. So.
Wow.
You heard it.
You're trying to earn the first ever recurring guest title for the weekly show.
I'm telling you, steals and deals. It's a thing. We're gonna make it happen.
Done. I'm texting you tomorrow. Well, probably not Monday. Good luck this weekend, Coach.
Good luck,
thanks,
man.
guys. You as well. Talk to you.
Thanks, bro. Perfect. Awesome.
Well, Mikey, great to have Coach Kirwan on. First guest of the spring.
What a legend. I think, like you said, I think he's flirting with being in the rafters. The first guy willing to come on in season. We were so worried about it when we thought about getting some more free content out there and guys actually coming on while they're, in season. And Tuesday's a busy day for them, right? He must have had a serious practice, just like, we talked about our schedule. So,
for any future guests that are nervous about coming on, it's because of the hard-hitting questions like, what hotel do you like to stay in?
Seriously. All right. We're just trying to, get your face on here. Let the people know that we're all still friends, even in season.
Yep.
Okay. And we can just, shoot the breeze a little bit, so you can hear someone else's voice. It's great. It's great. So I think we got an idea of a couple coming up here. We'll give some shout outs if you actually come on, So we'll see.
I'm gonna give one more shout out. He's a future guest. Huge win over the weekend. Coach Meehan, St. Joe's, big win for the program.
Huge.
Over Penn State. I feel like St. Joe's is one of the best teams in the country that nobody realizes is a good team.
Right.
They play a lot of teams really tough. They have over the years. They've been in the NEC championship like 7 straight years or something like that. I think they're a really tough team. They played Delaware to a 1-goal game right before that. They're a tough team that I don't think enough people talk about. So I want to give Coach Meehan the shout out for a big win.
What a great time Scott is. Nonetheless, great win, Coach, but you're also a great time just in life.
Do we want to wrap with a drill right out of practice from this morning?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show something fresh off the press. Let's see.
Straight out of practice this morning. Are you at Gaelic Park?
Oh, I'm there. Train is coming by. Let's go.
All right, so we're doing a little 5-on-5 scramble drill. We got our O guys in white running laps to the crease. We got 5 D lines on the perimeter. I'm rolling in balls, and all the D guys got to hit the cone and match up here. Is that running okay for you, Mike?
Yeah, it's great. Legend.
All right, so we got to match up. Get a little short stick skewer. You see the dive?
Hell yeah, I saw the skewer.
Get the short stick skewer right here. And then watch 22. My man leads the world in dives this year.
It's electric.
Even in rep 1 of a 5-on-5 drill at 6:15 a.m.
That's right. Oh wow, this is a bright early morning. Great way to start your day though, with a 5-on-5 scramble.
We were joined by the Long Island Lacrosse Journal crew. You can see in the bottom left corner here.
I was gonna ask who that was actually. Is that Coach Dunn there?
No, that's Corey, Mike, and then the videographer Tyler, who does a great job.
Tyler, the creator. That's interesting because they actually just reached out about our guy. Okay, let's talk about the show. Let's stay focused. So you're throwing balls out.
Yeah.
Offense is circling. Now, what are they trying to hit? Are they trying to hit a shape? Are you trying to just defend?
Yes. So
talk to me about what we're looking at.
Yeah. So purpose of the drill is a couple things. Offensively, we're working on, we call it spiking the ball, which is moving it right off the ground. And that's a call like when one guy's pursuing the ball on offense, the other guys are calling spike to let him know where his outlets are before he's picked up the ball.
Spike left, spike right.
Yeah, exactly. And just letting him know like spike, I'm to your left or right. And then what we're doing, this is my favorite drill we do defensively, because my pet peeve defensively is when guys are robots and they can only do like when they want defense to be black and white and our sport is gray. And what I like about this drill is it creates a lot of gray area between we got to match up. We might have bad matchups. We've got to assess who's on who. Like that last one was our best attackman versus a short stick. We probably should have slid to that. Right. And who's on who. Offensively, Coach Kelleher kind of lets the guys freestyle a little bit. Sometimes I ask him to kind of put a guy inside. Sometimes if we're getting ready to play like a pairsy team, I'll say, don't put anybody inside. They might pick a lot. Like it's almost like we're prepping without the guys realizing we're prepping. It's a little more scrambly. And I think it just challenges us on both sides, really offensive IQ wise, to figure out what we're doing. Like I want to see our guys like here, we've got a guy that's an attackman dodging a short stick. The things I'm looking for is like, do we have our pieces in place off ball defensively? Are we ready to go? Do we have help? Are we as low as the ball? Can we make an approach to X? Those type of things. And I think our guys are actually doing a pretty good job here. Like that time we actually throw a little hedge and recover because our on-ball guy does a pretty good job, right? We got our slide presence. 22 does a great job for us off ball. Right, we're organized. We get the guy in. We're ready to go out the backside. We're organized again. We got our slide again. Now we're dodging on another side. Right, we get a slide there. I don't know if I love the short to long. I don't think we needed the slide there, but we get one. We get a little top center dodge. I mean, offensively, they're kind of all over each other right now.
Yeah, spacing, but that's a clinic on how you guys kind of played that. Now, let me ask you intro to ball question. No, keep it playing. Yeah. Are you ever like rolling it like right to like the offense, just to mind game your D? Like
100%. Some you'll see some where I'll jam up the offense a little bit, albeit not on purpose. But I usually call an O guy out and tell him to break. Like you'll see this guy's about to break and I'll roll it right to him. Right. Yeah. He's got the ball in his stick and our guys haven't even touched the cones yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Attack the cage. Don't wait for him. You know, I hate that. Like sometimes our guys they'll wait for him. Like, no. We gave you the ball for a reason. Like we want it to be hard on them for a moment. Right. You know?
And this is one, this is a little sloppy to me, killing the ball. This is something we're making a major point of emphasis against Duke and VMI. We were shaky on the defensive end, killing the ball. And then against Navy, we were really efficient. We only missed 2 ground balls in 4 quarters defensively against Navy.
Wow.
Which we were really happy about, you know, because when I break down our games, I talk a lot about those missed kills. We call ground balls kills or whatever ends of possession kills. And that would be like diving for a backup or ground ball or whatever. Like there are guys breaking again, but you know, about 50% of the time you miss a kill, it's in your net. So that's something that we harp on quite a bit.
You're moving well, John. You're moving well right there. Sorry, I just said that.
Oh, you're talking about me on the field?
Yes. Staying in shape. Look at that. Yeah, moving well. Well, yeah, like a little hop in your step.
Little bounce. Got to make sure I can still see the rep. I
think I'm wearing the same shoes you're wearing right now. Nice, good.
Again, I think, you know, when I watch these reps for us defensively, I love watching right now. They're in a circle, right? And our guys do a good job. They cut in. We get our slide. We've got our support. We're probably too far in, if I had to guess. Sure. I kind of like where we're at. Yeah. Right? They roll back. We get a rotation. I think we get a little chop on the hands here, which is good, right? We get a chop through his hands, which forces a bad pass.
I'll tell you what, and coming from an O guy, the morning is always start the advantage with the defense. And I love it though. I love these are the days that I'm evil. If we don't show up right away, you know, because we're tired, you know, we're not that sharp.
This, you know, I gotta point out this rep because our face-off guys, obviously in a lot of these drills, our face-off guys are always in the defensive end with this stuff. And our face-off guys have an uncanny ability to always go in on the same rep. We'll have like 2 or 3 of them in at the same time. It's like every time. So like this one, I got number 1 and number 10 or 2 face-off guys. In case we ever have 2 face-off guys on the field, they always find a way to be in at the same time. Amazing. Just makes me laugh.
Well, it makes those other 3 really over communicate. And I'll tell you what, look at that. Well, took a digger. Well, that's great, Coach. I think this is a great drill, and it can really teach a lot because, like you said, if you want to be more structured offensively, you know, you can find ways to do that. And defensively, if you need to look at 2 in or 1 out or things like that, you can do that.
And you know, and like I said, I like to use it a little bit as like a scout drill, right? Like if we know that an offense loves to alley dodge, throw ahead, big little, I can ask Coach Kelleher to script some of those and throw a couple of those at us, or whatever, they top center dodge, or you know, they're gonna have 1 in or none in. Like there are different wrinkles that we'll do or agree on before the drill, where we'll talk about it beforehand and be like, hey, are you guys doing this week? That would be great for us to see in this drill. But makes it less structured than 6-on-6. You're on him, blow, whistle, play. To me, this makes our D guys have to constantly assess who's out here, who do we have on who. You know, how dangerous is this guy? Where are they dodging? So to me, we can't do enough of those type of drills.
Well, you need to be able to scramble too as a defense. You know, there's going to be times where you can't script, you know, the second dodge and you're recovering, and then you have to slide while you're already recovering, and that's just being able to scramble, you know, and play through that and hopefully get a skewer and put a shot wide, or maybe you get a nice little slap check where they thought they were, you know, going to get something easy and it turns into an errant pass and a turnover.
Right.
So those can become advantages for you sometimes if you're sharp, you know, and know how to practice it for sure.
So in the interest of keeping the drills going, we're alternating, 1 for you, 1 for me.
Yeah, I got the next one. I got one for you. I got an easy one for you. It'll be good. So, well, not for you, but for the people.
Yeah.
For the people. For the YouTube community. Jake Cates, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you at practice tomorrow. It's one of my players. Yeah. He like randomly was like, Coach, nice episode. I like that. I'm like, I forgot. And this is going to be, guys, we're going to be honest with you. When John and I started this thing with Corey, I don't know if we forced all of our players to follow us, but we definitely were like, hey, guys, check this stuff out that we're doing. You know, so, you know, you could show it to your players, back it up community, and maybe they'll learn something from our guys, and not just learn something from you, you know, because I think good players still, from better players. And, I had my guy, Tommy Borg, who's a sophomore for us, first line midi. And we were texting the entire Maryland Syracuse game. And I was like, watch Tucker Dornick. And just some of the comparisons that our guy has and he has as one of the best midfielders in the country. You can steal things from him, and bring it into your game. So there is some of that. There are other coaches out there that you can kind of parse into your guys. Yeah, this is me. Like, I'm excited to see you next week. Good luck against the Fighting Seahawks. And
good luck to
Mikey
you against
Monday.
the Minutemen in state battle.
Yeah, we're excited. We're really excited. So, another opportunity to see how good we are. So we'll see.
Good luck to it, folks.
Thanks, bro.
Mike, you got.
That's a wrap, folks. That's it. See you next week. Hopefully, back it up. Subscribe. That's what John's trying to tell me to do. Subscribe on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. All the Ethernet portals that social media brought to you, to us. Please subscribe. Do us a favor. Do yourself a favor, actually.
Later.